This episode of Rock and Rest in Peace looks at those who died between the ages of 17 and 22 during the 2000s.
Ben Eberbaugh, nicknamed Gentle Ben by friends and family, was born January 29, 1980, in Georgia. While still teenagers, guitarist Cole Alexander and bassist Jared Swilley left a band called the Renegades, and Ben Eberbaugh left the band Reruns. Together they formed the band The Black Lips. While Ben graduated, Alexander and Swilley were kicked out of school during their senior year because they were known for crude behavior in school and on stage. Drummer Joe Bradley joined the band after attending college briefly. They had their first release in late 2001 on their own Die Slaughterhouse label. They self-described the band as flower punk. The band is known for extreme theatrics that included vomiting, nudity, flaming guitars, unpredictable behavior, urination, and unexplained uses of electric RC cars, fireworks, and chickens. The band had been working very hard on their debut album, and a tour to promote it was set to begin on Monday, December 2nd, 2002. However, on December 1st, 2002, just before 3 a.m., Ben was driving his Ford Explorer southbound on the Georgia 400. A Toyota Camry traveling northbound in the southbound lanes crashed head-on into him, killing both drivers on impact. It was reported that the driver of the Toyota Camry was drunk at the time. Instead of a concert to kick off their tour at an Atlanta club the next day, it was closed to the public so that friends and family close to Ben would have a place to meet and share their memories of him. Ben's parents encouraged the band to continue with the tour, and it was decided that they would do so after his funeral on December 4th. Ben was temporarily replaced by a friend of the band, Jack Hines, who would be replaced again in 2004. The debut album, Black Lips, was released on Bomp Records in 2003. As well as being the band's debut album, it was also a tribute to Ben, with additional songs added to it. Aaliyah Dana Houghton was born January 16, 1979, in Brooklyn, New York, but she was raised in Detroit, Michigan. She listed as those who influenced her and who she felt were inspirations to her as Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Sadie, En Vogue, 9 Inch Nails, Prince, Naughty by Nature, Johnny Mathis, and Barbra Streisand. Her favorite album was Michael Jackson's Thriller. She appeared on the television show Star Search and performed in concert beside her aunt Gladys Knight at the age of 10. She signed with Jive Records and her Uncle Barry Hankerson's Blackground Records at the age of 12. Hankerson introduced Aaliyah to R. Kelly, who became her mentor, main songwriter, and producer of her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Rumors began soon after the release of this album linking R. Kelly and Aaliyah together as a couple, including the claim that they were secretly married without her parents' knowledge. A marriage license was revealed later by media sources, showing that they had been married on August 31st, 1994, in Rosemont, Illinois. Even though Aaliyah was only 15 at the time, the marriage certificate listed her as 18. The illegal marriage was annulled by her parents in February of 1995, with both R. Kelly and Aaliyah maintaining that they were never married. The docuseries Surviving R. Kelly does discuss this. Aaliyah attended Detroit High School for the Fine and Performing Arts, where she majored in drama and graduated in 1997. She began acting that same year, playing herself in a police drama called New York Undercover. She also participated in a charity show, children's benefit concert. She had a basic style about her and was most comfortable wearing baggy hoodies and baggy jeans rather than expensive designer clothing. Ironically, though, she became the spokesperson for Tommy Hilfiger, and the company sold over 2,400 pair of red, white, and blue baggy jeans that she wore in their advertisements. For her second album, One in a Million, she worked with Timbaland and Missy Elliott. Aaliyah appeared in a film, Romeo Must Die, and she also had songs included into the film's soundtrack. One of these was her single Try Again. She then filmed Queen of the Damned and released a self-titled third album in 2001. This was to be her final studio album. In July 2001, she allowed MTV's show Diary to have a behind-the-scenes view of her life, and she was quoted at that time as saying, "I am truly blessed to wake up every morning to do something that I love. There is nothing better than that. Everything is worth it. The hard work, the times when you're tired, the times when you're a bit sad. In the end, it's all worth it because it really makes me happy." She was signed to appear in the films Honey, Some Kind of Blue, and the remake of the 1976 film Sparkle. She was cast in the sequels of The Matrix as the character Z. She had filmed part of her role in The Matrix Reloaded and was scheduled to film her role in The Matrix Revolutions as Z. These scenes can be seen in the tribute section of the Matrix Ultimate Collection series. In August 2001, Aaliyah went to the Bahamas to film a music video for her single Rock the Boat. This was cited by her brother Rashad as the first time she had traveled without family. Her mother had eye surgery and couldn't fly, her father was taking care of her mother, and her brother was in Australia visiting friends. Filming of the music video finished early, and the group was eager to get back home. They had a flight booked for the next day, but wanted to get home early, so they decided to take a different flight to Florida. The plane was smaller than the plane that they had arrived in, but everyone and all equipment was accommodated to be on board. The plane crashed about 200 feet, 60 meters, from the end of the runway, and it exploded. All passengers and the pilot, Luis Morales III, were killed. The investigation into the crash determined that the plane was over its maximum takeoff weight by at least 700 pounds. It was also carrying one excess passenger per its certification. The pilot was not approved to fly the plane, having falsely obtained his FAA license and falsely provided an amount of hours flying that he did not do. Toxicology reports also came back showing that the pilot had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system. Aaliyah's family filed a wrongful death suit against the airline, and it was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. The week after her death, her third and self-titled studio album reached 19 on the Billboard 200. The single Rock the Boat was released posthumously. The music video premiered on BET's Access Granted, and it became the most viewed and highest rated episode in the history of the show. Multiple promo posters that were put up in major cities became makeshift memorials for Aaliyah. Other singles released posthumously were More Than a Woman and I Care for You. More Than a Woman reached #1 on the UK singles chart and was then replaced by George Harrison's My Sweet Lord. It was the only time in the UK singles chart's history that a dead artist replaced another dead artist at #1. Aaliyah was honored at the 2001 MTV Video Music Awards by Janet Jackson, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and her brother Rashad, and others. There were many other awards and honors paid to her since then, and they continue even today. In memory of Aaliyah, the Entertainment Industry Foundation created the Aaliyah Memorial Fund to donate money raised to charities that she supported. Her single, Rock the Boat, was included in a compilation album, That's What I Call Music 8, with a portion of the sale proceeds donated to the Aaliyah Memorial Fund. Multiple posthumous releases have taken place since her death, and multiple tributes have also been done. This includes as recently as a fragrance that was announced in 2015, the Aaliyah for Mac collection, A to Z Aaliyah film, and Madame Tussauds wax figure to honor Aaliyah at their Las Vegas location in August of 2019. Among the numerous artists who cite her as an influence are Adele, Beyoncé, Monica, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Kelly Rowland, Cassie, and Arctic Monkeys. Aaliyah's funeral services were held on August 31, 2001. There was an estimated 800 in attendance at the procession. At the private ceremony, there were attendees Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Gladys Knight, Lil' Kim, and Sean Combs. After the service, 22 white doves were released to symbolize each year of her life. The inscription at the bottom of Aaliyah's portrait at the funeral read, "We were given a queen, we were given an angel."
Our next episode will look at those between the ages of 17 and 22 who died during the 2010s.